He turned in that ticket to show that we were millionaires. The curse started that minute.
What up, guys, and welcome back to our channel. It is 1 in a million kind of thing to win the lottery, let alone be lucky enough to have the moment of revelation recorded and saved for eternity to be celebrated. To win the lottery, a sudden exponential in your wealth may compel one to make radical changes in their lifestyle. Cosmic align and stars conspire for these people to get their hands on huge sums of money. We're talking about millions of dollars. Here are the reactions of lottery winners. Rhoda had hit the lottery along with her husband. They were literally drowning in millions, $1.6 million to be exact, and it was all thanks to Mega Millions. But at times, it leaves people shocked on how to spend this money, let alone handle it. Similar to what happened to Rhoda and her husband. Their reactions are forever saved on the internet thanks to some stranger being present and responsive and, judging the situation, took out his phone and recorded it all. They were truly ecstatic and surprised at this revelation, though how recklessly they spent their millions was appalling. Comfortable in their newly acquired wealth, they had little to worry for. Their life was planned out all in front of them. But it all came down to nothing because they were imprisoned for tax fraud.
He turned in that ticket to show that we were millionaires. The curse started that minute.
Imagine the unrestrained bliss and astonishment when this 22-year-old beggar in Canada bought and won the ticket 24 minutes before the deadline. Just a regular guy earning after trying to lift the financial burden off of his parents' shoulders. It was indeed a magical moment. A co-worker was generous enough to snap a few photos when he won, as he says that he couldn't actually believe that he won the lottery. He was in utter disbelief and had to go sit down to process what had happened. The guy was responsible enough to equally distribute the win of $70 million among his family members. He is now carefree, trying to smartly work his way around. He doesn't believe it and has involved his family as equal parts in his victory. He's made sure that no one in his family has to worry about finances anymore, and that is really sweet and generous of him. Him winning the lottery has not gotten into his head. He knows what needs to be done and doesn't waste away the winnings over frivolous and useless things.
And I went to sit down because I couldn't talk or think.
Jane Park, the youngest lottery winner, was in absolute shock at discovering her luck. After a night out with her friends, out of mindless antics, she decided to buy the ticket because whatever, right? And the day after, she got off from her ordinary job from the office she worked at. She thought, why not check it, give it a go maybe. She and her mother were at home when she checked the lottery numbers, and when it was made known that she had actually won, Jane went out to do a photo shoot with a cardboard replica of the check. Though now absolutely miserable, Jane claims that she was way too young to be handed such a huge amount of money. She claims that it has ruined her life. She got inspired by the showbiz industry and made it her life, getting multiple cosmetic surgeries and wasting away money on nights out and parties. To her, it was a meaningless life in hindsight.
17, I was far too young. So it was just the age,
Well, okay, bring us back to, there you were.
Traditions rarely reap financial backing, but these 5 friends who religiously bought a ticket together had incorporated it into their routine. These guys would pool together money to buy the ticket, and so luck decided to be generous and giving. These 5 friends have all been engulfed by this ritual. They didn't hope it would be this beneficial to them, but they did this because it was their thing. In a CCTV footage of the store they bought and had the ticket checked at, it showed the friends barely being able to contain themselves. Brian Edmond almost forgot to buy the ticket, missing out on a years-long tradition, but he was reminded of it at the 11th hour. The video shows that even the cashier was positively shocked and couldn't contain his glee. He excitedly told a group of 5 friends about it. They can be clearly seen hugging and jumping with happiness. These 5 jointly won a $60 million jackpot. Boy, we could use some of this tradition ourselves.
We heard the horror stories. We don't want to be those. So it's just taking the time and processing it. And
At around 2 p.m., He had just left work and went on to buy the tickets in New Berlin from Wisconsin. The 24-year-old Manuel Franco tells the tale of how he won $768 million. He said he was feeling lucky and just felt like going to Berlin and buying the tickets, and so he did. He goes and buys $10 worth of tickets. He was so confident in his instinct that he actually thought of looking up and winking at the camera, knowing so well that he would win this. But life busied him in the mundane routine. 2 days after buying the tickets, Franco finally thought about checking the numbers. He had bought one ticket with his girlfriend prior to buying the ones in Berlin. They checked that one and it didn't win. Franco then pulled out his stash, and he says when he got the third ticket, he was genuinely happy to win $4 off of it. He was scratching the tickets and changing the hands, and till the end of it, none had won except the $4 one. And as he took the last one in his hand, he realized the two tickets are stuck together. Taking that one, he scratched it out and discovered that he actually won $768 million. His feeling or instinct was spot on.
Can you smile, Manuel?
The first emotion is joy, but the one closely following behind is a vague sense of panic. You don't want to believe it, or you just cannot. It's a fantasy of us all to win the lotto, quit your jobs, and sit back relaxing. Jude Leach did exactly the same. It was so shocking that they didn't even believe it at first. When she won $130 million, she and her boyfriend didn't waste a moment in quitting the jobs and getting an early retirement. They were kind and emphatic enough to put some of the winnings to charity, but the other was put aside to ensure themselves a comfortable life. They paid off all their debts and mortgage and now enjoy a peaceful life. The life after winning a lottery can take any which way. It could be that of destruction, or if smartly managed, that of comfort and luxury.
Are you leaving your job?
Oh, I quit automatically. I was done.
Kicking back, quitting your job, getting that early retirement, which isn't really a retirement. Dave Johnson did exactly that. After coming home from a tough day at work, he had to make a stop through the grocery store. He said, what's the worst that'll happen if he does buy a lotto ticket? And so he did. He only bought one ticket. Going home after a cold night, he had forgotten about the ticket as soon as he snuggled into his warm bed. After all, who would want to go back to their job as a truck driver after being catapulted into wealth and multimillionairedom? As anyone can see, this man is unable to stop smiling to the point that even his eyes are sparkling. Just laughing and constantly smiling. The degree of his bliss is immeasurable. Winning $114 million is not something that just happens to people and not to everyone. And now for the most important question, and that's what would you guys do if you ever won the lotto and had that much money lying in your pockets? Would you splurge to your heart content and buy everything you set your mind to? Or would you just invest it wisely before you have the IRS tailing you in your rearview mirror?
Nah, I'm not going to continue to work. I'll quit. Right away, no delay.
Do let us know in the comments section below, and also hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'll catch you guys in another video soon. Until next time, take care and goodbye.